Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So we are now... Actually, I didn't restart the sim, anything. It's just the offloading was finished, and now we got the fueler back again. Already had boarding initiated so that we get going quickly. I don't want to have my friends waiting for too long. Doing well, cargo pilot. How are you doing? Nice to see Alexander as well. Good Abend. And now one thing that's interesting is now I do have a departure route. Barvim or Bava? Let's just check. Is it Bava or Barvim? It's the Bava 5 Romeo. Planning to fly at 330. What we don't have, obviously, is an approach into Gibraltar. It's just a runway. And then what we normally just have is a SRA approach. Now, we do have visual approach as well. So that's what we're going to actually fly today. So we're going to get ourselves some radar fixes. I don't know if you're going to get control there. I'm not sure how far down ATC is available. But it's definitely going to be runway 27. It's just the wind is just too strong. Cargo pilot, yeah. I mean, Brennelt should be up again soon for a group flight again on multiplayer. Yeah, definitely. Cool. So let me have a quick look here at the departure route. So Bava 5 Romeo departure takes us to the south and then to the west. So it's a India Bravo 500, so it's a pretty much a right turn after liftoff a little bit. Max to 10, 2,500. Then we got India Bravo 510, max to 50. Then we go India Bravo 511, max to 50. 512 Bava 100 or above. Doch, shared cockpit, yeah. It's just more cargo pilot. I tend to do that in X-Plane 12 because in Microsoft with
on board. Please place your large
with the
locker, wheels first, and keep your small
I don't know what the shared flight is called there. Your controls, right? Yeah, it's not as reliable, so I tend to do that with
once you have safely stowed your cabin
with X-Plane 12. So if you have X-Plane 12, give me a shout if you want to do a shared flight. Always up with that. And Ted, if you want, because I know you have X-Plane 12 as well, so if you want, Ted, we're going to wait for Mark until Mark is ready to do a 747 flight. And then, if you like, we could do maybe one X-Plane 12 with the 320 or something, or 319. Always up for that as well. Good, we got the wind data in, departure, arrival. We'll do that later. And so we're expecting a 0 fuel weight of... Yeah, Ted, just let me see if we organize something after next week, because I've got my check flight this weekend. I've got to prepare for that. And then, yeah, but anytime soon if you want, Ted. Unless you want a replay of Nice. Well, we'll see. 65.6 estimated. We got a block fuel of 6.8. And that does include a little bit of extra fuel for one go around. Yeah, definitely. There could be some mountain waves, Fishcop. I don't know how well this is simulated by Microsoft, but yeah, normally it is. Absolutely. Good. We still have tower online. The ATIS currently is information Charlie. Expect 06. Transition level 75. So at 28 degrees, 1012. Still. Yeah, we do have a bit extra fuel this time. And then the alternates. Okay, let me have a quick look at the alternate airport. So the alternate airport is... Yeah, if it's possible. Yeah, absolutely, MAN. Anything that helps with that. Yeah, sure thing. But I was going to do that in flight because I have more time then. The flight time is about an hour 20 again, is it? hour 10. 1 hour 10, which is nice. We got Malaga as the alternate, 1.3, it says. So we're going to put 1.3. That cuts the extra down a bit, but half an hour looks good. All right, cool. Nice. Fuel figures, we'll send those off. 5, 2, 3, 4. Happy with that. Shell looks good. Send that off. Technical logbook. Quick look at here. Nostromair, nice. Still no changes, so we can accept that. That's fine. Yeah, I saw a Speedbird. So I see a 319 Speedbird there. And what about MAN? What are you using? Are you on the apron somewhere? Hang on. Oh, there we are. EasyJet. Is that you? You're on the EasyJet here. Okay, cool. Nice. And also 321. Nice. Hey, Peter. Wie geht's? Guten Abend. Nice to see you. Okay, cargo pilot. Well, I'm going to have a look at again at and try, maybe give it a try. The easiest thing to do is contact me over my Discord.
Please place your large bags into the overhead locker.
That's the easiest to do. Right, do we have loading going on? Not yet. Okay. Let me have a look at mass and balance. How does it look with passengers? Almost. Actually, they are boarded. Cargo is boarded. So almost ready. Nice. So let me get my takeoff performance. Dennis, you're joining in a private jet. Global Jet Aruba. Where are you parked, Dennis? Are you already online? Now this time I'm going to put aircon on. It's warm enough. So we'll take a full length. 2,800 meters, 72 tons. Is that correct? Yeah, 72 tons. Sounds about right. 24.5. We'll refine that again later. Okay, more west on remote. Nice. Okay, cargo band. Oh, good. Yeah. Like I said, it's easier for me to get in contact over Discord. Then we could try to set up something sometime. Cool. Rightio. That looks about right. That looks good. Flaps 1 plus F, 1.1 up, flex 57. Just going to wait for the final figures to come through. Because we are not quite finished just yet, it seems. We did say 10 past, didn't we? Yeah, so we should be almost finished. Oh, no, it's not. Load is still going on. Oh, lol. Disregard. They're still loading. No, so Tobias, I've not heard anything from Sven yet. I think you know that he's a lovely guy, right? So you know he's and he does care about his community. So if you know if he has something to announce, you know he will give you all a shout again on his Discord. Right now. You know, and I'm not going to go into any speculation or anything like that. It's up for him to contact you guys again. But no, I've not heard from him. So let's have a look for the remote stands. I see a Speedbird. There we go. So Fish Cup has a nice answer there. So Sven is fine, just needs a little break, and then he'll be back next week. There we go. Good to hear. Good to hear. And again, once Sven is back, I'll contact him and ask for another shared flight with him, because that was requested by the community as well. Good. Alrighty. Ground servicing? No. No time for ground servicing. Then a quick briefing. So taxi out for departure. Pushback probably facing to the west. Then we taxi probably via Golf 1, Tango, full length 06.
Ibiza Tower, buenas tardes from Speedbird 536, request radio check.
These include laptops.
So we have PDC. Let me try that.
Items of clothing.
E5 also, Speedbird
There's Ted.
A320 on stand 22, information Charlie requesting clearance to Gibraltar.
Enabling all remaining customers.
Speedbird 536, you're clear to destination Gibraltar via the Toxa 5.
Oh, that's a different departure route.
From way 06, climb initially 6,000 feet, squawk 6011.
Pro pilots everywhere. Lol. Hey, nice Tobias. You're still doing a PPL, GG's.
Okay, Speedbird 536
All the best for that.
is cleared to Gibraltar by the, hard to pronounce, Soxter 5 Fox, stroke departure, runway 06. Initial climb altitude 5,000 and squawk
Is it Xosta?
6311.
Speedbird 536, right back.
That's Xosta 5 Fox. I'm not sure if you filed a different routing than me.
693.
Ah, there's MAN. So let's see what he gets. Oh, that's PDC. Haha, even easier. That's good now. We've got PDC clearance here. Oh yeah, so we do have the Beaver 5.
Golf 1
Or the Bava 5.
Golf 1 and Tango.
4,000 feet initially, squawk 4146, call ready. Call ready. I'm going to put this already to
Tower,
auto.
good day from Qantas 14 Tango, information Charlie, request I for clearance to Gibraltar.
There we go. Cool.
Standby, number 143.
So 4,000 feet it is via the Bava 5 Romeo as briefed. Flight directors on. 4,000 set. 1012 is still valid. Information Charlie. And so we have the MSAs, 2,800 feet over water, nothing special, 4,000 there.
Calling for clearance.
So checking the routing again really quickly.
14 Tango, you are cleared to destination Gibraltar via the
So
500
500,
from way 06.
2.5
Climb
above,
initially 4,000 feet.
210,
squawk
max to
60.1.
50, max to 50, and then Bava level 100.
Bava 5 Romeo departure out of runway 06, initial climb 4,000 feet,
There we go.
and squawk 6251.
And then,
Qantas
why is
14
there
Tango.
a disco?
14 Tango, right back, correct?
Then it should be directly to Charlie Foxtrot, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I need to accept the clearance quickly. Reply, accept. There we go. Now that should be acknowledged. So good. And then we want to have. Just want to check the routing here. Was Mike 603 Alpha Lima Tango. It does. Why does it have the routing in there? That's weird. That is really strange. Okay, so Mike 603. I don't know why it didn't load that. Mike 603 to Alpha Lima Tango. And then direct rest to
Tower, hello. EZ379 with information Charlie on board. Stand 12. QNH 1012 requesting IFR clearance to Jersey.
out, then rest to,
EZ379
and then from rest
Tower, hello.
to
Sadly, Visa is about to close. You should
November
send your
851.
request to Barcelona control frequency 126 decimal
Mike Golf Alpha.
650.
Roger, contacting 126.
And then
Supervisor is
Mike
229,
985.
goodbye.
And Alpine 693,
to
the wind is
PMOS.
070 degrees, 7 knots from wind 06, clear takeoff. After departure, contact Barcelona Control, frequency 126650. So,
There we go. All right, now that makes a lot more sense now.
Runway 06 and after departure 126.650.
Cool.
Alpine 693.
So that's,
Sundays, muchas gracias.
There we go. It's Emily departing already. Blimey, it's always so fast. There's a yeah, he's just lining up.
and all stations, sadly, Ibiza Tower has to close. You all please monitor Barcelona Control, frequency 126650. Have a great flight, bye-bye.
Muchas gracias, adios.
No, muchas gracias, señor.
Cool, excellent. Alrighty, we'll just watch MAN depart, and then we'll go. Although I'm going to request my pushback already now, so let's do that. Oh, actually, hang on. Do I have to do this? Int. There we go. Well, that works pretty well now with the init. Hey, operator, good evening. Sorry for the late reply, but Winky was kind enough to answer the question already. Yeah, no, the Navigraph has to be ordered separately. Now, in Microsoft 2024, it does have some charts free, or free charts available from Lido, but I'm not sure how you would integrate those here. Right, MAN, have a good flight. Nice takeoff, nice easy rotation. Into the sun. Lovely, wonderful.
Lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware
So,
that
let's make sure we have everything set.
In an emergency,
Barcelona Control,
baggage
I'm on the Coatas 1 for Tango. I'm on the ground at
Your seatbelt
Ibiza.
is
1033 west, push
adjusted
and start.
and released as shown. It must be fastened with the seatbelt
Qantas
signs
1
on,
for
and
Tango,
we
push and
recommend
start
that you
approved,
keep it fastened
facing
at all times.
west.
So load sheet,
QNH
65.6.
is
Air supply fails, mass
Push and start approved, facing west, QNH 101.
As expected,
for Tango.
the trim 20.2.
Barcelona Control, buenas tardes. Alpine 693, passing 2,600, landing 4,000.
Alpine 693, Barcelona, hello,
Alright,
identified.
so
Climb
with
flight
takeoff
level
weight,
385.
Okay, flight level
yeah, 72 is still
350.
correct, perfect.
Alpine
So we could just take these values then that we've calculated already. So 06 full length, flaps 1.1 up. So 1.1 up.
If it fails to inflate or needs topping up,
57 again, max flex. It always seems to be 57. It's kind of weird. And then we take 51, 51, 54.
Request push and start.
Your tray table.
So we have
approved, facing west, QNH 101.
enough buffer.
Push and start through, face west, QNH 101.
So still 200 meters stop margin with the higher V1. That's fine. Cool. Alrighty. Very happy with that. So let's quickly look at the departure procedures. NDP 2, 1030, 1030. And we have engine out 1600. It looks like another special procedure. No, just straight out 25 miles and hold. Okay. So quickly secondary copy active. Quick return plan. Take in a Zulu 06, no star, no via. And fix info. Runway 06, track 061, 25 miles.
Completamente establecido 06, 6 mi decimal, viva 7 Juliet. Viva 7 Juliet Alfa, viento
Fallon, good evening.
070 grados 7 nudos, pista 06, autorizado a aterrizar. Pista 06, aterrizado, viva 7 Juliet Alfa. Viva 690, send 2,000 feet, turn left heading 01, 0 degrees, clear ILS, runway 06.
2000 and right heading 010, Viva 69.
Barcelona, muy buenas. Windmill 712, stand 28 at Ibiza, requesting push start, please.
Windmill 712, hello again, push and start approved, facing west, QNH is 1012.
Yeah, we have QNH 1012, start push proof, facing west. Copied, Windmill 712.
Iberia 3 Tango Foxtrot, leaving my airspace, Unicom 122, decimal 8, bye-bye.
Going over to Unicom 122 at decimal 8 for Iberia 3 Tango Foxtrot. Wow.
What on earth is
Ryanair
this?
2832, I see you're intercepting, right?
That's still in
Ryanair 2832.
Oh, no.
Wind is 070 degrees,
Jesus
10 knots,
Christ.
runway 12, clear to land.
What on earth was that?
Already, good evening, Plata 614, stand 205, correction 20 Bravo at Ibiza, request push start.
That scared the hell out of me. Not gonna lie.
Plata 614. You are on a taxi outstand. Confirm you need push.
Oh yes, apologies, that's a taxi out. Then we'll call you ready for taxi.
Plata 614, a firm. Call me when ready for taxi. QNH 1012.
QNH 1012 and call you ready for taxi. Plata 614.
Lol. As if nothing happened. Which is good. I mean, I was really scared something. Oh, disregard. Oh no, come on. I don't know actually what happened there.
Center, good night. Airport Go 341, requesting clearance for Lisbon.
Airport Go 341, you're clear to Lisbon, Chosta 5, Foxtrot departure, runway 06, initially climb 6,000 feet, squawk 6271.
Can you repeat that, sir?
Yes, Airport Go 341, you're clear to
So let me just have a quick
Lisbon,
look here in it.
Chosta 5, Foxtrot departure, runway 06, initially climb 6,000 feet, squawk 6217.
Just on the departure, initial climb 6,000 feet, 6217, squawk, Airport Go 341.
Airport Go 341, confirm squawk 6271.
6271, Airport Go 341.
Voltor 4842, contacto radar, continúe descenso para 2000 pies, autorizado al ILS Yankee de la pista 01, ya me he establecido.
Bajamos para 2000, autorizado ILS Yankee de la 01, Voltor 4842.
Y Voltor 4842, QNH
So,
101.
finally, okay, let's quickly read the before start checklist. Then we'll do the rest. As we go along. Checklist 320. Always interesting how things break here sometimes. So we got that, checklist 320. In that. So we have, before start, back break off, table speed thrust.
Verá unos cuantos tráficos que están haciendo puesta en marcha. Espere detrás de ellos. Recibido al 25 por Golf 2, esperamos los dos tráficos en puesta en marcha. Viva 7 Little. Feedback 536, taxi runway 06 via Golf 1 and Tango, squawk 6211.
So quickly have to put these values in again. Good thing I have a good short-term memory.
106 and it's, was that 6211, sir?
A firm, 6211. Roger.
So 1600.
Barcelona radar.
So 151, 151, 154, flex 57. Windows, doors closed.
The Turkish 1 Charlie Victor, Barcelona, hello, squawk 6252, good evening.
Closed, and the beacon is on before start check is complete.
Barcelona, Control, Qantas 1 for Tango at Ibiza, request taxi 206 full legs, please. Qantas 1 for Tango, taxi 06, holding point Echo 10 via Golf 1 and Tango, and hold short behind the traffic in front.
Hold short traffic in front, Golf 1 and Tango to holding point Echo 10, runway 06, Qantas 1 for Tango.
Plata 614, request taxi.
Plata 614 taxi, runway 06 via Golf 1 and Tango.
Runway 06 via Golf 1 and Tango, Plata 614.
This is Easy 369, ready for taxi.
Easy 379er behind the Qantas in front, 737 taxi behind via Golf 1 and Tango.
Brendan, I think so. Yeah, I think I did that. Let me just check again, Brendan, in a second.
Pardon, Qantas 737, taxi the Golf 1 via Tango, Easy 379.
So it's still motoring.
Private Cat, Tico 5, Viva 69.
Viva 69, welcome to Ibiza, taxi stand 29er via Golf 2.
Ascent 29er via Golf, GBF 69, thanks.
Windmill 712, confirm ready for taxi.
Wow, that's a long motoring.
Easy 48 Tango.
Look at that, how long that's motoring now. Interesting.
Easy 48 Tango.
So it doesn't tell you how long it's motoring for, but so the LEIB engines, it does motor.
Easy 48 Tango identified, climb flight level 320. Climb flight level 320.
Unless it's broken.
One Charlie Victor identified.
Maybe something's failed.
Verso 3 Echo arrival. Report ready for descent.
No, don't.
Verso
Wow, that's
3
a long
Echo
motoring.
arrival, we are ready for descent, Turkish 1 Charlie Victor.
Turkish 1 Charlie Victor.
Oh,
descent
did it
flight
call me?
level
Okay, no,
200.
thanks for the reminder.
200, Turkish 1 Charlie Victor.
And windmill 712, we need about 2 more minutes. Unfortunately, we've got Neo engines. Takes a long time to start.
Windmill 712, no problem. Break. Viva 69er, no problem. Take the next stand to your. Disculpe, este era el Viva. Buah, cuánta cola. El Viva 7 Juliet Alpha. Sí, afirmativo. Puede rodar al stand de su derecha. Muchas gracias. Julieta, buenas noches. Buenas noches, and Viva.
Yeah, Maval, thank you. So, yeah, the thing is that, you know, we didn't shut down the sim. So we flew from Lisbon to Ibiza. And so the engines were pretty hot still. And so that's why they're now taking a lot longer with the motoring.
Plata 614, contact Ibiza Tower 118505.
So normally in the Pratt & Whitney Neos, negative, about 1 more minute, windmill 712.
Windmill 712, roger, just verify squawk 4161 and you can contact Ibiza Tower 118505 for taxi.
Okay, we'll try again with the squawk 4161 and we'll contact the tower 18505. Thank you much, windmill 712.
Qantas 14 Tango, contact Ibiza Tower 118505.
Still motoring.
Tower 118505, see you in a bit, Qantas 1 for Tango.
Easy 379, same for you, 118505, see you soon.
Ibiza Tower,
wow.
Plata 614.
You can see the EGT dropping here as the engine motors.
Plata 614, taxi is instructed.
Instructed 614.
That's interesting to see.
Ibiza Tower, good day.
See, now comes the fuel.
Behind the windmill.
Oh, that's a nice simulation. I like that.
Qantas 14 Tango, roger. You still haven't contacted me, so I will call you once you're
Yes, so I think they will simulate the dual cooling, right? That was all clear.
Tower, good day. Easy 379 behind the Qantas 737.
Easy 379er, you are number 3.
But you can see what kind of nuisance that is, right? How long the engine start takes.
Windmilling 712 Ibiza.
Yeah, windmill 712 request taxi.
Windmilling 712, roger, taxi holding point runway 24 via Golf 1 and Tango.
Golf 1 and Tango, runway 06, windmill 712.
Qantas 14 Tango, follow traffic.
Yes, sorry.
In front of you.
Right.
Follow traffic, Qantas 1 for Tango.
And Easy 379er, follow the Boeing 73 MAX that you are in front of.
After start checklist. Anti-ice off, ecom status checked. pitch trim.
Plata 614, line up and wait, runway 06.
Up 1.1, and what we're going to do is we will do the flight control check during the taxi. So we got full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, full right, full left, neutral. So Golf 1 should be there. So pitch trim is 1.1 up,
Barcelona,
frequency
neutral. 126.650, bye-bye.
Barcelona now for speedbird 536. Thank you very much.
Come on, move. And rudder trim neutral after start check. Cop, what are you doing? All right, we'll ignore that. Everyone's good. Something they have. They're never gonna fix that here in the sim. I think they've given up on that. All right, here's Golf 1. Cabin is ready. Let's do the rest of our items. Auto brake to max. PWS. So we're going to go right here again.
Plata 614, wind 070 degrees, 6 knots, runway 06, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 06, Plata 614.
And then takeoff config test. That looks good. So taxi checklists. We have flight controls checked, flap setting, config 1 plus F. Radar PWS on and auto, engine mode selector normal. EKM will take off no blue, and that's the taxi check is complete. Hey Avimar, welcome back. Yeah, exactly, total immersion, right? Oh, and everyone's going, God, those Neos. But that's just like in real life. How often have I been waiting, minutes and minutes because a Neo behind me was starting up, and it was taking ages because of the cooling. True story as well. Actually taxied behind a SAS A321 Neo in Paris, Charles de Gaulle, and the captain made a mistake to taxi with single engine.
Wind meeting 712, line up and wait, runway 06.
Line up and wait, 06, windmill 712. So, cabin crew prepare for departure. So,
Plata 614, contact Barcelona.
he had to stop.
6.65.
Oh, this right. No, he was going uphill, and he was so heavy that he had to start the other engine to taxi. So he stopped middle of nowhere on the taxiway.
1 for Tango will be for you. Echo
And I was
10.
right behind him.
Echo 10, once off takeoff.
And I had to wait for like 7-8 minutes for him to start the other engine. Line up checklist, take off runway with 06 full length. We have TCAS.
For you will be Echo 9er.
TARA and Pack 1 and 2 remain on. Approach sector is clear. Line up and wait. Yeah, so the PWS, I mean, if I just switch that on, I know it's on. So that's why I didn't look down for the radar PWS. And also I can see the radar here on the screen, right? +5, so.
Wind meeting 712, wind 070 degrees, 6 knots, runway 06, clear for takeoff.
Runway 06, clear takeoff, windmill 712. Cool. Let's get the chart.
Contact 1 for Tango, behind the departing traffic, line up and wait, runway 06, behind.
There we go.
Behind
Are we ready?
Flight behind, Qantas 1 for takeoff.
Take off. Manflex 57, SOS runway, auto thrust blue. Thrust set. Martin, good evening. Yeah, 100 knots was checked. V1, rotate. No, come on, rotate. Wow, okay, that's weird. For the rate, you're up. I don't know why the rotation like stopped suddenly. Oh, I think I know why. Was that the pitch protection? So the tail strike protection. Interesting. It could be. It could be. Because I really had to pull quite hard to get the aircraft rotating. So speed out star. Already clapped.
Windmill 712, contact Barcelona, frequency 126.65. Bye bye.
1665, thanks again for the controlling. Bye bye, Windmill 712.
Bye.
Unity descent 5,000 feet, QNH is
Autopilot 1, the
1014,
flaps
and
remain
expect the ILS Yankee
because of the speed restriction here.
Roger, copy, Yankee descended to flight 5,000, cleared for
I need to add the route after.
5 Bravo approach, expect ILS runway Yankee 01.
We accept payment in pounds, euros.
Barcelona again, one Sanchez from Windmill 712, 4,000 feet.
1250.
Two stations at once, Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey, Barcelona, hello, cleared Corda 3, Victor arrival, expect ILS runway 06, fly direct 2 tot.
Cleared Vauxhall 3, Victor arrival, expect runway 06, fly direct 2 tot, Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey.
And Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey, you can continue descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Let's continue descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1012, Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey.
Windmill 712, hello again. Identified, you can climb flight level 330.
Thank you much. Climb level 330, Windmill 712. So we got climb, out blue 33,000.
Speedbird 536.
So big thank you to Martin Tor for the raid. Big shout out to him.
Yeah, direct.
And Brandon Spectre, hello. Thank you much for the raid, raid Martin. Here comes flap 0, speed checked. Flap 0. Disarming the spoilers.
Vueling 8269, Barcelona, muy buenas. Le recibo 5 de 5, alto y claro.
There's the airport behind us.
8269, mantenga la escucha.
Not sure if that's Ted just departing there.
Segundos. Break, Voltor 4842, bienvenido a Menorca. Ruede al número 1 por Juliet.
Al 1 por Juliet, gracias.
Are you sure, Turk in the US?
Vueling 8269 está autorizado.
Are you sure about that? The Neo, the normal, the CEOs doesn't have tail strike protection.
Responda 4403.
Now you're challenging me. Let me find my documents.
8269, colación correcta. Break, Qantas 14 Tango, welcome back. Climb flight level 310, radar contact.
Climb flight level 310, Qantas 14 Tango, thank you.
Windmill 712, fly direct Restu.
Director Restu, thank you much. Windmill 712.
Ryanair 6851, contact Barcelona North 132.580.
Ooh. Right, let me first do the altimeters. Standard set. Rest 2.
Contact Barcelona Control 132.580.
That's a big direct. There you go.
Contact Barcelona Control 132.
So after Rest 2, Mike 851.
Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey, confirm direct 2 tot.
Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey, we don't have 2 tots on our flight plan, we're going direct India Bravo 810.
Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey, confirm you have the Corda 3 Victor plan.
Confirm Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey.
Thank you much, Martin. Thank you much, Martin. See you later then.
Whiskey, Roger, do you have
appreciate
oil
it.
pump in your flight plan?
I'm not sure what to think of the updates, so to be honest, at least here in 2020, I haven't really noticed
Portugal 48 Juliet, leaving my airspace, Unicom 122
a much better performance FPS-wise. But again, maybe that's because I do have a very strong system anyways. The flight model has changed for some reason, so at least for me, the sensitivity.
Flight level 320, 379.
Eurowings 850, fly direct Osnook, after Osnook, clear ILS runway.
Has definitely changed a little bit, so it's more pitch sensitive.
350 direct Osnook, after Osnook, clear ILS 06.
There you go, November 851.
Barcelona Control, buenas noches, Vueling 57 kilos, llegando a 140.
What else?
Vueling 57 kilo, Quebec, Barcelona, muy buenas, ascienda a nivel de vuelo 230.
But otherwise, I mean, it's nice and stable, right? And I think I would have to try it again in 2024.
Easy 48 Tango, Unicom 122.8, yeah.
122.8, see you later.
Brennelt, give me a second, please.
Hotel, ready to push for start. Ryanair 160 Hotel, push and start approved, facing south, QNH 1013.
Push start approach facing south for Ryanair 165 Hotel.
So, let me have a look.
Barcelona Control, aquí Vueling 57 Kilo Quebec. Voy a necesitar ausentarme de la cabina durante unos 10 minutos. Volveré y tan pronto como vuelva le aviso de que
Vueling 57 Quebec Kilo, corrección, Kilo Quebec, copiado.
So I'm going to read you now what I have in my document regarding the 321 Neos. Rotation mode. The objective of the rotation mode to provide homogeneous rotation for all possible weights, CG configurations, while minimizing the risk of a tail strike. The rotation mode is a pitch rate demand control providing tail strike protection. The flight crew can override the tail strike protection. So the rotation mode depends on pitch rate, tail clearance, and side stick position. The rotation mode is active from 70 knots during takeoff roll until 10 seconds after liftoff.
Lot 6608, Barcelona.
So they call it rotation mode,
Squawk 440.
but it is kind of a tail strike protection.
From Jet 4 Alpha Yankee, cleared descent 2,000 feet, cleared ILS Yankee, runway 01, report on final.
Tom Jet 4
Nate, hello to you, greetings.
2,000 feet.
So, Brennan, can I leave that explanation until we are out of the Barcelona control, so that we can talk a little bit without having the ATC in the background. Although it's going to take a while. It's going to take until a rest. Let me just dial down the sound just a tad. Yeah, no, Brendan, I'll just dial down the volume here. MA? No, I have not had that, no. So, you mean the cabin pressure here, right? So you want to know how... Okay, so there's two versions, Reynolds. So right now, we're in the full automatic landing elevation system, right? So it'll take the FMS destination airport to regulate our cabin pressure, takeoff, climb, and descend and landing automatically. So if for any reason the automatic pressure controller fails, we can then, according to checklist, use the manual mode here in this. Well, it's not really a manual like the pure manual mode. It's just that we use that landing elevation selector to select then the landing elevation manually. Okay. So now it's at minus 900 feet.
Ryanair 16 Bravo Hotel ready.
So I'll dial it up to about 0. Here's 0.
Ryanair 16 Bravo, taxi runway 10
So let's have a look.
by Charlie.
So that's 400. That's a bit much.
05 Charlie
So I'll dial down just a tad again.
Bravo Hotel. Control,
And there we go. Pretty much sea level. Okay. So that's how you would do it if the checklist asks to do so. Now, there is a even worse case where that doesn't work either. In this case, you have to use the absolute basic mode, meaning you're going to put that switch to manual. So this selected to manual. So then the manual white indication will be visible. And then you use that toggle switch to close or open up the outflow valve at the rear of the aircraft to manually determine how much air you want to let out of the outflow valve. Now, this is a very crude system, and IRL, if you use that IRL, you would definitely feel the toggling of that switch, because it's really, really hard to get that into a kind of a soft setting, right? And luckily, I've never had to do that IRL, because again, you would definitely feel that on your ears. So on the vertical speed climb rate for the cabin pressure, if you start messing around with manual, that will go anywhere between like 0 and then up to 1,000, back to 0, whatever, or even more, right? So, and anything above, let's say 500 feet per minute, you will definitely feel on your ears. And those that have maybe a cold, where the inner ear has a blockage, they're gonna have pain. Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Sky. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So, as always, thank you so much for controlling. Okay, so MA, I can only then, if you're talking about FSLabs, then I can only send you over to the forum, the FSLabs forum. You can send a ticket, a help ticket through there, and then hopefully they'll be able to sort you out. Yeah, so Brent, let me just demonstrate that to you. I mean, nothing bad will happen. Hopefully, famous last words. So look at right now, because of the climb rate that we have, the cabin pressure controller is having to let out quite a lot of air to make sure that the differential pressure doesn't go above, let's say 8 psi. I'm not sure exactly what the limit was here on the 321. But again, if I start doing this in manual mode, all right, now it says manual. And at the moment, luckily, nothing big happens. But let me just toggle that. So vertical speed control, put the vertical speed down. You see this? Look at this, minus 150. That was just one click. Right. So now I'm going to put this to 1 up again. Now it's 0. But the problem is we're still climbing, meaning differential pressure gets bigger now. So now I've got to do this up 1 click. It's not bad here, actually. So let me put that up 1, 2. There we go, 300 feet per minute. Maybe just need a tad more. There we go, 450. So what it means here with the up and down, so vertical speed, so manual vertical speed control up and down, it just simply means if you want to have that, oh, I accidentally clicked the switch, hang on, oh no. See what I mean? So if you want to, have the vertical speed of the cabin lower, it means down. So that's why you do down. That brings the vertical speed down. Mustafa, yes, sorry. But yeah, it is possible, and that's like last resort, right? So that usually will tell you through a checklist here. Oh, really, Morval? Is that bad for you? Oh, that's sad to hear. Yeah, it's interesting. I got a question not too long ago where somebody's asking me if I still have issues with pressure equalization in the ears after being a pilot for such a long time. And I said, no, not really. My ears are, how shall we say, just so worn out in that sense, right? So I have no problem doing the pressure equalizations. Exactly, Arima, like Morval says, right? You want to have a bit of flow through the cabin, right? So you want fresh air from the bleed system, and then have the stale air at the rear of the aircraft out again. And there's one last resort. So if everything fails, let's say, then what you can do, of course, is just go down to, let's say, 10,000 feet, and then just depressurize the cabin completely. So you open up the outflow valve, so then the outside pressure will be equal to the inside pressure, which means then you should only do very, very slow descent rates afterwards.
Wind calm, runway 10 clear for takeoff.
Runway 10, clear to takeoff, Ryanair 16 Bravo Hotel.
Yes, let me find you that pitch protection. There is an indication, but I think that's just for landing. All right, here we go, 330, alt star. So there's a tail strike pitch limit indication, but it just says that's there for the maximum pitch height to avoid a tail strike risk at landing. The indication appears at 400 feet radio height, and the indication disappears when there no longer is a risk of a tail strike. And it's I think it's an amber triangle. I think I saw that on the last landing. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Fish Cup, have a look at the landing now. Yeah, landing will be very interesting, and we'll get to that in a minute. Because now the estimated landing weight is approximately 67 tons. Maybe a bit more, 68 tons. Let me do the following. So let me do the arrival 27 again, and then we'll enter manually to fixes, because unfortunately here Navigraph doesn't offer any approaches in the
Come 122.8 for the speed by 536.
In the aircraft nav database, so we're going to put Yankee.
Buenas noches, thank you very much for flying. Bye bye, adios.
Adios.
Good afternoon, Bravo.
So let's program Yankee, which is 3 miles.
Meters 3 Alpha departure, runway 10, initially climb 6,000 feet, squawk
from the runway. So plays.
Clear to the base with an adjust 3 departure. Runway 10, clear to 6,000 squawk.
Bearing is 088. So opposite to inbound. And 3 miles. So 3.0. And I must store that.
I would say you're barely outside of my airspace.
Now I can put that in here.
Be barely outside in like 1 minute or so. So if you prefer, you can monitor advisory 122.8.
Then we'll go to advisory. Thank you, Transavia 812.
Enter your flights, yeah.
So PMOS, if we don't have control, we're going to go PMOS directly to Yankee.
Portugal 341, Barcelona, hello. Identified climb flight level 3.
With our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our
Right.
award-winning selection of
So let me just do that actually now. So we're going to do that now.
Make the most
And
of
then,
your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your
although the center fix of the fix on final probably is
7 Zulu Whiskey,
further away.
heading 230, descent 3,000 feet.
Fly heading
Yeah, so
230, descend 3,000 feet.
let me take that out again. So it's going to be Charlie Foxtrot first. And then Yankee.
Ryanair 16 Bravo Hotel at 6,000.
Ryanair 16 Bravo Hotel, identified climb for level 340.
Climbing 340, Ryanair 6 Bravo 16 Bravo Hotel.
And then it's a runway. So Yankee, of course, then should be about 900 feet, 920 feet.
That's one I descend the Delta 050 Bravo.
You can put that in there, 920 at.
Delta 050.
And that should help us with the approach later on.
QNH 1013.
Push that through.
Fish Cup, no. So the indication comes up anyways. So at 400 feet, at about 10 degrees,
7 Juliet Victor, monitoring.
you will have that orange pitch limiter marking there on the PFD. Right, so here. It's not because you did anything wrong. It's just there to kind of make sure that you're aware of the fact that 10 degrees is pitch limit.
Speedbird 82, Barcelona, hello. Squawk 625.
Yeah, the warning, so the other warning that you get is pitch, pitch. Now that has to do with a different system.
Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey, descend 2,000.
So that has to do with
2,000 feet, Speedbird 7 Zulu.
with the rate of change.
Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey, turn left heading 220 degrees.
Turn left heading 220 degrees, Speedbird 7 Zulu Whiskey.
Let me see if I can.
Portugal 341, fly direct Wally.
Let me see if I can find a.
Air Portugal 341, direct Wally. Whiskey Alpha Lima Lima Yankee.
Direct Wally, Airport.
Pitch warning. Hold on.
Wedding 8269, viento calma, pista 10, autorizado espera. Plata 614, leaving my airspace, Unicom 122.8, yeah.
28, 614, bye.
Here we go. So, pitch, synthetic voice. The pitch, aircraft pitch attitude is becoming excessive during landing, during flare and landing. So the thing is, obviously, what can trigger that is if the pitch is already fairly high, and then you make a very big pitch input with the stick, so the rate of change then towards a higher pitch is quite high, then that pitch call out will be triggered a lot earlier. And I've had that IRL. And it's quite scary, to say the least. So it's one of the situations where you're landing and, you know, at 30 feet you do first little pitch input and realize nothing's happening. And then you kind of, you know, pulling back a lot more to make sure that you're not going to have a high descent rate on impact or on touchdown. And then the system recognizes that agitation.
Soon leaving my airspace, monitor Unicom 122.8, yeah.
1-2.8. Muchas gracias. Adios. Until next time. One in the windmill 712. Bye bye.
712, hope you enjoyed the control, and thank you very much for flying around Spain. See ya.
Yeah, it was brilliant as always. A pleasure. See you next time. See ya. Bye bye.
Bye.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys. So big thank you. Hats off to the Spanish controllers there, providing us support and control here. Very nice of them to do so. Thank you so much. Big round of applause for that, as always. Muchas gracias. Fill the plane with helium, it saves fuel. Well, ask the passengers. It's a bad idea, I think. I'm not sure if it's... Well, we'll have a look later, Gilend. Maybe it is red in color. I'm not sure if it just picked up something that's supposed to be amber. But let me see. We'll have a look during landing, okay? Cool. So yeah, that's more like the visual approach. Now the SRA approach are surveillance radar approaches. Now, we don't have those available often here on the Sims, right? So, I mean, if you want, you could also dial in these altitudes, right? You could program... well, I mean, the only one that makes sense is 5 miles, 1,500. Right, but I just leave that. I mean, you could. I'm not sure it's the CF fix. Where is that? How far away is that from the threshold? Let me just have a look. 27. Let me put 3 mile radius around that. Let's go to plan mode. Let's go to destination. Yeah, so the CF is like... Is that like... Hang on. Let's do 6 miles. That's 5 miles. So the CF must be 5 miles then. I've never read that. But obviously that's 5 miles. So at Charlie Foxtrot, I want to be 1,500 feet. So again, you know, just to help us with the approach later on, I'm going to put 1,500 there exactly at. And that way, the FMS should program a nice descent path here. So 1,500 here, 5 miles, 5 miles from the threshold, and Yankee about 3 miles, 920 feet. So that should be great. Yeah, so guys, I did make a amazing approach, SRA approach on my YouTube channel. And we did have, wasn't it Quas, the other streamer Quas, Real World Controller, who provided us with ATC that night. And it was so cool. Let me have a look. Here we go. So, if you're interested, have a look at the video. I can play it here as well. Let me just have a look. So, I mean, it's my video. I'm not going to get copyright striked, am I? Because, I mean, it is my video. Hang on.
GBT2506 on center line and right 2 degrees, heading 357.
So a bit low. I just hope it doesn't kill my. Hang on. That's what I want to do. So I thought I'd go full scale. And then we're going to go... Yeah, HD. Ah, there we go. Now we can see something. Cool. All right, so...
Flaps full. Speed checked.
357.
So you can hear the control in the background.
Flaps 3. Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Actually, you can't hear that, can you?
547, 7.5 miles from touchdown.
Hang on.
2250 feet.
No, let me just change that. Hold on. Settings, sound settings. Hang on. You can hear it? Oh, okay.
On center line, turn right 2 degrees, heading 357.
Which channel is
it? Low. Flaps full. Speed checked. Flaps full.
The 547, 6.5 miles from touchdown. Altitude should be 1950 feet on center line. Air Portugal 108 Husky.
Landing checklist.
122.8 now.
ECAM Memo. Landing no blue. Landing no blue. Landing checklist completed.
547, 6 miles from touchdown. Altitude should be 1800 feet. Slightly left of center line. Turn right 2 degrees, heading 359.
So we don't read back. At some point it says no more read back required. So he gives us heading instructions and tells us what altitude we should be at.
Easy 547, 5 miles from touchdown. Now altitude should be 1500 feet on center line.
So just a tad. We're coming in slowly.
So we EasyJet 547.
Heading 240 degrees.
So 3.9 miles, 1200 feet. Manual flight.
Easy 547, 4.5 miles, check gear, acknowledge.
Gears down.
Easy 547, 4 miles, altitude should be 1200 feet on center line, wind 190 degrees, 8 knots, runway 09, clear to land, acknowledge.
Good land, 09, easy 547.
So whenever he wants a read back, he says acknowledge.
Altitude should be 1050 feet.
Continue. Continue. Right, so...
547, reaching point X-ray, altitude should be 920 feet. Are you visual with the threshold?
Easy 547, a firm visual with the threshold.
Easy 547, approach complete.
Thank you much. Right, so I'm going to go 4,000 for this approach. Right, from here on, it's visual, and let's look for the parpies. We've got 3 red, 1 white, so now we're just trying to arrange our own alignment there onto the final. We're on path. So we need to descend here, 3 degree. Careful not to overshoot now. On path. We're clear to land. Landing clearance. So the landing checklist is completed. 500 checked. Aligned with the runway.
Right, F4 Papa Mike, leaving control airspace in 1 mile. Deconfliction service outside.
Right, guys. It's not going to be a greaser, guys. It's going to be a...
That's what I want to say as well today.
Touchdown.
A quick touchdown, right?
Right, F4 Papa Mike, landing runway 09. What type of approach do you require?
30, 20, retard. 5.
Ooh! Nice! Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Right, Mike, roger, vectoring for a surveillance radar approach, runway 09, terminating at point X-ray, proceed to minimum 920 feet.
70 knots. Manual brakes.
Easy 547, welcome to Gibraltar.
Well, there we go. That was a good landing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say again, it was a greaser. Yeah, so that's how you do it, okay? So that was the last time, guys. Last time, my intent was to show you how you do it. Today, I'll show you how not to do it, okay? Colin, thank you much for the kind of words. Oh, yes, so absolutely. I mean, this approach is definitely a big challenge, right? So let me just enter Now Gibraltar, channel 83. I can't do channel 83. That's 13.6. Gibraltar. Now, let me also have a look. There's no control for sure, okay. And then ATSU, AOC menu, weather. Let me just get the weather from Malaga as well. Here we go. So we have Gibraltar, still 240.13, so good headwind for 27. 1012. Temperature is 24. And we have 240.13, so good headwind there. That helps for sure. 6.5 transition, we approach. We'll do config full. And we have a minimum visual. Leave that open. The Delta incident, Tango, what was, when did that happen? The only thing I read about was the Jeju 737 crash, where they did a press conference, and some of the family members of the deceased, they declared, how would you say? Well, they said, you know, it's an incorrect, premature, you know, blaming of the pilots, which is unfair. So they stopped the whole press conference and took back the preliminary report. Oh, because no, I have not seen that yet, Felix. No. I've seen a kind of a headline, but I've not had time to look through that. Were there any injuries with that, by any chance? Just trying to get a sense for the severity of the avoidance. Hey, aviation driver moment. Because, I mean, you know, a TCAS resolution advisory, yes, it's not nice, but, I mean, it happens, right? And that's what it's there for. But, of course, the press very often makes a huge deal out of that. So now I'm just checking Aviation Herald, but I'm not seeing anything there. Yeah, so the claim with the Jeju crash is that the pilots, one of the pilots shut down the wrong engine. So I think number 2 engine failed due to bird strike. Number 1 engine was still running, and apparently they switched off the number 1 engine falsely. But again, that's not completely 100% sure yet, right? So that was just a preliminary report, as they call it. So, and again, they took that out again. They took that away, so still gonna have to wait until you get some clear confirmation there. So it was a Delta Embraer and a B-52 bomber. Nothing happened but close calls. I mean, yeah, like I said, you know, I'm not sure why. I would have to read through the reports, if there are any, that is. Right, I think we're coming close to the top descent here. So again, for the descent, currently 128 miles out, a bit of headwind. So yeah, somebody was already saying that the landing is only being able to be performed with max manual braking. Aircon can remain on, config full, and dry calculate. So we have 1528 available, and max manual is in flight 1270, so that's what the test pilots were able to do. And with 15% additional, it gives us about 60 meters stop margin. We got 20 miles ahead of me, and here's 20 miles behind me. So my estimate is 7. So it's about 25 minutes, 24 meters. Sorry, 24 minutes. Working out meters here, so 24 minutes. Yeah, so it is doable, but again, it's just literally. I mean, you know, max manual will give you hot brakes for sure, but yeah, that should be all right. We should be able to do it. Oh yeah, we paid for the whole runway. We're going to use the whole runway. Exactly that. Well, you know what, MAN? And it's a good thing you ask. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this to medium. And then I'm going to, once the nose comes down, then I'm going to put full brake pressure. Until I'm assured that we're going to stop on the runway. Why? Because this will come on, is it within 2 seconds after touchdown? I think so. Low is like 4 and max medium is 2 minutes after touchdown. That is, you know, usually that's better than if you leave the auto brake off, because the pilots tend to apply brakes only after the nose gear is down. All right, so the medium auto brake doesn't care for the nose gear. It just registers touchdown. 2 seconds later, it applies medium brakes quite quickly. So that's actually a good method. Medium, and then overpower that with max manual braking afterwards. Hey, Edgeland. Have fun doing that. No, no, Florian, no. They still haven't published the Pratt Whitneys. So that was like an interim update with some changes to performance, so FPS performance, VRAM usage, but also some flight management system stuff. Yeah, so no other. Yeah, I'm waiting for that as well. Good, we'll go down. So I'm going to send now down to 5,000 feet. So thrust idle, descend, alt blue, 50. We've got 2 aircraft ahead of me here, so let me put this to below. So I've got one at 20 miles, no factor. He's at 15 miles. So for me, those aircraft are no factor. Although, I mean, we should maybe. Oh, hang on. Have they implemented some taxiways now? Let me have a quick look here. No, you still have to backtrack. So we land. The runway width is 45 meters. So you can do a turn anywhere on the runway. Although, I mean, since we have to use the whole runway anyways, we'll use the turn pad and then do a quick taxi back. So I think for the taxi back, I think you should try to aim for at least 7 miles separation, if not 10 miles. I think 10 miles would be even better. Yeah, close the street to the section before the landing. Yeah, that's true, Fishcop. Yeah, you're right. I mean, but yeah, but just for the sake of us flying there, yeah. So yeah, we have to. If you have more than 17 tons, you have to use the end parts. Yeah, that is correct. So let's have a look here. Approach again, visual approach. Happy with that. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm just keep 10 miles to this aircraft, and then an aircraft inbound to Gibraltar. I suggest you keep 10 miles in separation to the aircraft ahead of you. Alima, go ahead. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. There are parking spots, dedicated parking spots for airliners. So usually you'd have them right here in front of the terminal. Yeah, north terminal. Yeah, not south. No, north terminal. I'm wondering what airport is that ahead of us? Could be, yeah, that's Malaga. Now, Malaga also a lovely airport and very, very nice. Kind of, if you come from the north here, lovely, lovely approach. I think I have a video of that somewhere. Really nice. So we got
Gibraltar traffic, 614 is for level 200, approaching P-mode, distance to P-mode 40 miles, suggest 10 miles per rate. Gibraltar traffic, correction, Gibraltar traffic.
Oh, lovely! Look at that. So MAN posted a picture a couple of minutes ago. I didn't know you could do that here. Cool. That looks really nice. Oh, hang on. Let me give a like. Hang on. Like. MAN. I've given you a like. Lovely picture. That's cool. Didn't know you could do that. MAN. Right, so let me see then. It said, do you have any tricks, tips on how to manage thrust manually in the final approach? I always tend to be kind of wrong. Yeah, so first of all, you always have kind of, the standard values, right? So you mean how to manage your energy? So 10 miles from the field, 6 miles from the field, or you mean like you're on approach speed, and how do you maintain the approach speed correctly? Boogie, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I think we should, right? Yeah, you're right. It's getting dirty. Yeah. Remind me again when we're landed, okay? So yeah, for keeping the approach speed when you're in landing configuration, make sure you have, somewhere near the standard value. Then if you need to correct, let's say you're too fast, do some, use the thrust to level to quickly catch that speed again, and then put in back again the standard power value again. So always return to the normal standard thrust values after you've done your correction. Oh, look at that. Here's Malaga. Beautiful. Yeah, so if you get slow, right, you would add maybe 10% thrust, depending on how slow you get. And then once you get close to the approach speed again, put your standard values in again.
Malaga traffic, 2908, fully established, GLS approach for 12, Malaga traffic.
So the standard thrust values is here. They haven't published anything, I think. So it's like trying to get used to it, right? So that's why I'm always saying, when you fly an approach in final configuration on speed, have a look at your pitch value and have a look at the power value, pitch and power. And maybe even note that down somewhere. So note down your actual aircraft weight, because that will change depending on, from flight to flight. And then I'm just going to reduce the speed here, getting 10 miles here. Put the speed brakes out. And then just write those values down, right? Aviamara, I don't think it makes much sense to have a look at published tables because in the end, you know, Microsoft Flight Sim makes sure that it's not those table values. It's always something else. Now, I want to have a look at my community folder. So people were saying I may have what was it called again? The app with the shaking, etc. FS Realistic, correct? So FS Realistic. No, I don't have it. Or is it called something else? Is it? No, I don't see it in the community folders. So I'm assuming the head shake is coming from Chase Plane. Let me have a look. Menu, preferences, camera movements, camera actions. Let me try that. Press on the key. Okay. So that works. Application.
10 miles.
So no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually where that is coming from. I think that's Malaga Tower now, isn't it? Yeah, it's Malaga Tower. Lol. Yeah, Todd, I'm using what's it called again? From RD Presets.
Gibraltar traffic, Speedbird 536 is maintaining 10 nautical miles for...
so I'm going to go to 50 knots.
And Hawkins and Black Box is 10 miles behind me. Thank you very much. Speedbird 536.
Don't switch your towers, it can cause crash to desktop. Okay, thanks, Brenold. Yeah, so Windmill 712 is currently 9.5 miles behind the aircraft ahead of me. Thank you. It's quite frustrating. I don't know. I honestly don't know where the head shake is coming from. Is that... Has anybody heard anything about the FSLabs implementing that? Because it's now happening because of the speed brakes. I don't know. Because it's not coming from FS Realistic because I haven't installed that. Just checked. It's kind of weird. It is from Chase Plane? Okay. Is there a way, Brenold, have you seen a menu somewhere where you can switch that off? Or dial it down, maybe? Go to camera groups. Groups? Yeah. Ah, okay.
Gibraltar traffic, 14 mile final, runway 27, Gibraltar traffic.
Maybe that works then later, or with the restart of the sim or something. Oh, speed brakes out. Yep, speed brakes in. Okay, thanks, Brenold. Yep. All right, so I've got 10 miles, 10 miles from Ted here. Perfect. Cool. So, in case of misapproach, there's a visual misapproach around the island. So we're going to turn left heading 178 and then get ourselves established again. We have enough fuel, so we've got currently 4.2, and that means we have about at least 1.5 tons, I think. Min diversion to Malaga is 2.2. So yeah, we have plenty of extra fuel. It works immediately. Well, for some reason, Brennell, so if I put speed brakes out, it's shaking again. Cycle the camera. Okay, let me have a look. Cycle the camera, and now speed brakes.
Spot traffic, speedbird 536 turning 20 nautical mile final for runway 27. Spot to traffic.
So there's the Rock of Gibraltar there. I did. It's I don't know, maybe it's not as strong as it was before, but it's definitely there still. Have a look. I see. Speed brakes coming out. It's shaking. Motion effect slider to 0. Okay, hang on. Motion effect slider. Where wasn't that the old? Was that like in P3D? I've never seen that here. Ah. Haha, okay, maybe that's it. Ah, okay. Let me try that here again. So let me go to pilot, mounted. All right, let me try that. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the one. Okay, thanks, guys. Yeah, that seems to be the one. Well, I mean, it's not that I minded having that. It's more like I was just wondering where it came from.
Suppose traffic for 3 mile final, 27.
So I've got to slow down here. Ted is slowing down as well. So 1012 is correct. Speed brakes out. So we're currently 20 miles. We're fine with the... This calculation... It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. Here comes flaps 1. And windmill 702 is turning final 18 miles.
Qantas 14 for Gibraltar traffic. I'm about 31 miles of Golf Bravo Romeo viewer.
No, it wouldn't shake that much. I mean, you know, you can shake. So especially with like high speed, getting full speed brakes out, it does shake the aircraft a bit, but not that much. The rock just plopped in. Plop. So let me put flaps 2, speed check, flaps 2. Good. Let's have a look at the approach checklist. Bar ref 1012 set 3 times. We have seatbelts on. Minimums. Visual. Auto brake. Medium. Going later for max manual.
Traffic,
engine mode selector is normal. Approach check is complete. Alt star. So now I'm going to go down to 1500. So open percent thrust idle, alt blue 1500. Yeah, altitude should be right on track. Right on track, so... No, so I check, so Brennell, I look for those 2 pommes, as we say.
2,500.
So if I say now, if I want to go to flaps 3, sorry, flaps 2, no, it's the flaps 3, I make sure that the actual speed is below the limit speed here, and I say speed checked. So that we can put the flaps out without, you know, overspeeding them. That's the idea. Gears coming down.
Gibraltar traffic 27 vacated.
Thank you.
Flaps 3, speed checked. Flaps 3 and flaps 4, speed is checked. Flaps 4. So yeah, good 7.5 miles. Should be alright with final speed here. Out star. Now I'm going to wait until that fix here to start my final descent. I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the flight director off, switch to bird, then let me go manual flight. Let's have a look.
Gibraltar traffic, Qantas 1 for Tango, turning final 22 miles east of the VOR in Gibraltar.
And I'm going to put missed approach altitude 3,000 feet again here. So I'm going to line myself with the center line. So yeah, so what we're going to aim for now is 1500, start my descent, 920 at Yankee, and just trying to maintain a nice 3-degree down profile. Well, the rock, good question. I have no idea why it's so bright. Maybe the sun is just shining. Yes, Brennell, that's the problem. The flaps would come out. There's no protection there. So you don't have a flap load protection like in the Boeing, unfortunately. Good. And the Gibraltar traffic, Wind 72, 5 mile final, runway 27 in Gibraltar.
Standing by with the camera.
No, I know Ted. Ted is always
1,000.
Is always
Gibraltar traffic, speedbird 536, runway 27 vacated. All yours, Captain.
Thank you so much. Good job. See, all good. You see, he's a pro. So there you go. All good. Right. Everything's done. Checklist, landing checklist, economy landing no blue, landing checklist complete. The wind from the left 12 knots. So maybe just a tad low here. Let's correct that. And guys, this won't be a greaser. Okay? Just saying. See, 1 white, 3 red. Well, last time it brought me luck, so who knows? And if it's not a greaser, I can say I told you so. I gave you a warning. Yeah, so now again, I'm looking at the power, pitch and power settings. So it's around 45 to 50%. No, more like 45, it seems. Come on, let's get too wide. Careful, sync rate.
200.
Oh, there we go. Trying to get a feel for the pitch sensitivity.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, retard, 5.
Come on. There we go, we'll take that. So we go max manual braking.
Off.
There we go. Full reverse. Yeah, you see what is capable? So easy. So when you go max manual braking, it really isn't a big problem. So let's hurry up, do the turn.
Brake.
Now that's
max
how
braking.
pros do
Max braking. Set max reverse. Max braking. Set max reverse.
Yeah. Keep your head on. My God. But at least this time it comes. It comes nice and late. So previously it was just calling out way too early. Oh, some nice yachts there. Look at that.
Gibraltar traffic, Qantas 1 for Tango 8 now final, runway 27 in Gibraltar.
Roll Rob lost. Lol. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Windmill 712 is currently backtracking 27. Should be off the runway within the next 60 seconds.
Thank you.
Wow, that cruise ship. Crazy. Yeah, it is. So we found out, we tried it out. So it is a chase plane. It's not FS realistic.
On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your journey.
So we'll take Alpha. First left here. Yeah, 5 miles. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Fantastic. No stick figure. I've flown on VATSIM, yes, because I posted a link with the video. And runways vacated at Gibraltar. Windmill 712. Yeah, there's not much room, for sure. So stand 4. Okay. Ooh, let's have a quick stop here. I'm going to get the services running. So stand 4. Radar PWS. After landing checklist completed. TCAS off. And then we'll watch the last landing here. So guys, MAN, Ted. And Gilend, was it you flying along as well? How was your landings? Oh, Bob, that was your yacht. I thought so already, yeah. I did think so. No, I'm not getting any services here, unfortunately. So I may not have the correct GSX file. Zolak, thank you. Oh, Gilend is on final. Yeah, okay, so that's right. So Ted and MAN. Who's the white aircraft? Oh, Dennis, of course. Yes, Dennis. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you know me. My memory. I'm old. Okay. Forgive me, Dennis. Thank you. All right. Let me have a quick look outside. Oh, there he is. Just in time. Let's have a look at his landing. So, Gilend, no pressure. You can do this. Nice. Oh, yeah. Wow. And a greaser. Wow. Okay, well. I'm impressed. I am impressed. Well deserved. Yeah, that's pro pilot stuff here. GG's. So let's see, M.A.N., how was your landing? Or Ted, were you guys happy with your landings? Avimar, no worries. You can go on your own sometime. But yeah, I understand. Yeah, like a group flight is always always nice. What you mean? It didn't hop. Come on, guys, don't be so mean. Now, weirdly enough, this scenery got a lot of bad comments. And I'm not sure why. Is it maybe because of the rock itself? I mean, there's a huge cemetery here. I haven't seen that before. There's a Jaguar, some Hueys. I mean, the Jaguar looks a bit out of context to the helicopters. Good night, Brennel. Thank you so much for watching. Lovely to see you, Brennel. And maybe soon a group flight again. Somebody was asking already.
Gibraltar traffic, Qantas 1 for Tango, backtracking runway 27.
No, I've got no... okay, Brennel, wonderful. I've got no sound packs installed, so it's just standard sounds from FSLabs. Yeah, so again, guys, this actually got a very, very bad kind of report or feedback. I'm not sure why. M.A.N. says, lovely flight, but apart from the 470 landing rate, let me have a look at what I did. Hang on, let me just shut off the engines and then we'll have a look how I did. Come on.
Clear runway 27 in Gibraltar.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
No, I'm not. It doesn't matter. Right, so let's look. Flight history. I have to open a door for that to log. That's a problem. How do this? So let's go connections.
Good night, black box.
Ah, it's just repositioning, that's all. Okay. That wasn't a very good parking. Well, if you'd given me some guidance, I could have maybe done better. Great logic, like, you know. Peter, thank you much. Yeah, next stream, guys, is on Thursday, okay? So I do have to prepare for my check ride, which is on Saturday, Sunday. So my very last, hopefully my very last real world sim check ride before I retire. So I hope I pass, otherwise it won't be my last. Oh yes, the windshields. Yeah, we'll do that as well. Of course. So let me have a look. So that's maintenance, isn't it? Let's do that here. So let's do
Passenger's bus is coming.
Options. Hang on, maintenance. Oh, where was that? Options. I've not done that for ages. That's why my windshields. Oh, maintenance. There it is. That's why my windshields are so dirty. Hold on. No, it's not on the maintenance. Yeah, but it's not there. EFB? EFB? No, not really, because hang on. Let's do additional services. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, your portable electronic devices must not be used until you are inside the airport. When disembarking, please take care and hold on to the
Oh, here we go. Maintenance. Ah, you see? There we go.
Please ensure that you supervise your children and for your own safety.
Clean cockpit windows. We found it. Cool. Right, let's see. How can I click that?
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box.
Can't click that.
Subscriber experience.
Oh, they're clean.
Please make your way to
Oh, it's instant. Ah, but they are clean now. I can confirm. Squeaky clean. Thank you so much, Ted, for the 73 months. Thank you, Ted. Much appreciated. Shared flight soon for sure. Cool. Right, lovely. Let's do a final.
Good night, Black Box.
Maybe that's why they got such bad marks here. Lovely, lovely lineup here, guys. Thank you so much for flying along. We made sure that the apron is full. Look at that, guys. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Excellent. Right, greetings. Once again, thanks so much for the support. Thanks for watching. I will see you again, if you like, on Thursday. And we're probably going to do some shenanigans with 777, 787 for practice. So some failures. Fischkopf, Dankeschön. My dear moderators, as always, thank you so much. Take care, stay safe. See you soon. Stick figure, good night to you as well. Good night.